What's up, guys? 4th and 26 Philly Sports back with another video. We are doing a post-game analysis of another tough Sixers loss, 126 to 133 against the Dallas Mavericks. How you doing tonight, Beef?
Mm, that's a real shame. It ain't going to get any easier, Doc. I'm not going to say this one was in the bag at that last few minutes. They were only down four at the last, 2 minutes, but like 3 minutes or whatever it was. I think it might have been like 3 or 4 minutes left. But yeah, they ain't going to get any easier
Oh,
on this
man.
trip. They got the Pacers, they got the Bucks, they got Timberwolves. It's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, this score is a lot closer than the game really was. Once the second half started, it was yet another third quarter collapse by the Sixers. They got down by 25 points. They went on a monster run to start their quarter. Went from a 4-point lead from the Mavericks up to a 25-point lead. And, again, we talk about it every time. Perimeter defense. They hit a franchise record. I believe they tied their franchise record tonight with 3-pointers, the Dallas Mavericks. They had no answer for Kyrie and Luka. They were just driving to the basket, and if they weren't finishing, they were just, kicking it out to wide open 3-pointers. And I don't know what we can do to, remedy that problem, Doc.
They were getting help from everybody. Bullock was contributing. I mean, you got your two superstars, but when the whole team kicks up and is able to score, what was it, like 25 3-pointers in this game?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is. It
They need to
absolutely is.
start. I don't know about this 2-3 zone, whatever the hell they're doing. Like it's killing them. They need to be faster. They really do. Stamina is like a problem because excuse me, it isn't a problem because they're hanging in games, but they need to be more accurate with their shots, more, I guess, stingy with their possessions. It's just something they're not doing, Food, at this moment.
Yeah, a lot of the points were coming on the fast break. Just Kyrie zipping down the court and then just hitting as everybody collapses to him. Just hitting whoever for wide open 3-point.
Klima, everybody.
The third and fourth. I mean, it was pretty much from the beginning. There was no defense at all going on in the first half. I mean, both teams were shooting like 60%. There was just no defense going on at all. But the Sixers were hanging with them, and I was texting you through the game. They're not going to win this type of game. They can't win this type of game. They got to figure out how to shut it down. And, rebounding and perimeter defense continues to plague the Sixers. And I don't know if it's a coaching thing of them just coming out flat in the third quarter, but, we see it time after time. Either they're blowing a huge lead in the third quarter or they're taking a close game and turning into, something that they have to claw and scrape back like they did tonight. They made a huge run in the fourth quarter with Maxey, leading the charge with Embiid and Harden on the bench. And, it was no coincidence why, now Harden had a good game. I will say that Harden had a really good game. Embiid scored 35 points, but it was a quiet 35 points. It was a slow 35 points. This was a fast-paced game, and, with Embiid on the court, they just weren't able to hang.
Yeah, Harden had, he had he hit almost 30 points himself, but man, those late turnovers, dog,
Yeah.
He was killing. And then when he was nailing his threes, it was too late. They're already down 8 points, 10 points, 11 points.
Yeah, here's a telling fact right here. PJ Tucker minus 30, Tobias Harris minus 22, Embiid minus 16, James Harden minus 21. And the lone bright spot, you got Maxey at a +3, and then you got the bench players, McDaniels. I never seen McDaniels or anybody get 4 fouls in a minute's time, but I saw that in the third quarter. That was something I'd never seen. But he was a +15, a +17 by Niang. Their bench when they were out there, kind of got them back in the game. It almost seemed like when they took Harden and Embiid out, they were conceding the game. And, Maxey willed them the victory, not the victory. So he willed them back into the game. And, I like Maxey running the show. I really do.
Bottom line, though, he's streaky as well. The team's streaky, and they really got to improve in these next. I mean, they only got, 5-6 weeks left tops?
Yeah, they got 20 games left.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see them fall to like the 7th seed or the 6th seed, dude. I would absolutely go berserk. So
yeah, Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
this is a number 6, 7 seed in the West with the Dallas Mavericks, and just
Mm-hmm.
the way that they were putting up the points on us, our defense just cannot stop these high-powered offenses, and I just don't know with this roster, what we can do to fix that, this late in the season.
Yeah, it's going to take some real good coaching work, and it's definitely going to take some discipline to stay in your lanes,
Yeah.
guard your man, and switch properly and fast.
Yeah, it seems like something I've been noticing, in 3 of the last 4 games, all losses, all those 3 losses is, they're just driving to the basket and just you got 4 people collapsing to the ball, and then you got, 3 people out on the wing ready to hit a wide open three-pointer, against the Heat, against the Celtics, and now against the Mavericks. It's a losing trend is what it is.
It's because they give up too many offensive rebounds. That's
Yeah.
why everybody's.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Everybody's crashing trying to get the rebound and just leaving everyone else open. So I don't know if it's just a poor scheme, poor coaching, just not being prepared, just not hustling. I just don't know what it is at this point, and I don't know how you're going to fix it with this roster that we have right here. We got to get faster and we got to get younger, and I'm 100% convinced at this point that having Harden pass this year is just not the answer.
I agree 100% there. I think this might be. I think his heart is possibly halfway out the door anyway.
It seems like it.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, he can play. Hey, whatever. If they win a ring, they win a ring. But I think I agree. I think either way, it's this is final year here. So.
Well, with that being said, would you rather see them play it out and lose in either the first or second round, or try to deal him at the end of the season and get some assets for him instead of letting him walk?
I think I would want him to finish playing, honestly. I want to see what he's got left in the tank, and you just never know. I mean, you know us. We're from Philly, man. We don't say die. We don't say quit. We say kill, baby.
Yeah, I know we do, but we've seen this song and dance with the Sixers every single season, and just nothing that they're showing me right now shows me that they can beat the Celtics or the Bucks or even the Heat at this point in a 7-game series. So maybe they'll get past the first round, hopefully, but they got to get this figured out by the playoffs. And I've been making videos on it. I've been talking about it. I'd like to see Mac McClung come up for the end of the year.
I think that would be good to see. I also think that, just to touch on before we end this quick one here on the recap, I want to see what you say, like not giving money to older players in other teams as well. I know we're talking about the Sixers now, but the same thing applies to the Flyers. Same thing applies to the Eagles, everything. So it's kind of a theme throughout the city. But I just wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. When we signed Montrezl Harrell, I thought, that's a good signing. That might be a good backup, for Embiid, and he had some pretty good year at the Clippers. He's just been absolute garbage this year when he's even been able to get on the court. What a disappointment he's been.
Yeah, it's a shame because Embiid and who knows if they're tired. They can't do all this shit by themselves, but they do. They need to solve something, and I just think that free agency, shoring up of certain spots is just not the way to go. Like you said, we got to look younger. We got to look towards the draft, and with March Madness coming up, it's going to be good to see who the stars of tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you put up 126 points. You should win the game.
You should win the game. Come on.
You should win the game, honestly. So really, it comes down to defense, and it's just not getting played properly. All right, guys, that's our post-game recap we got here on the Sixers 126-133 loss. Leave us some comments. Let us know, what you think contributed to the loss tonight, and what we could do to right this ship before the playoffs, if anything. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back with a full-length podcast later tonight. We'll be posting it up online. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Peace.